Soap and shampoo, yep. Coffee pot, yes. Plates, utensils. Oh, I gotta get those other utensils. Spices, yes.
Mats are on board.
What mats?
The green one.
Okay. Cell phone chargers?
Yes. Well, welcome to another episode of Journey with the Josies, and we're just going through our final preparations to depart the house here. It is Saturday, February 13th, and I think you know what tomorrow is. It's Valentine's Day, and Lynn came up with a great idea to utilize for the first time our membership with Harvest Hosts, which we'll talk about more later. So we're going to head out and check out and stay at a Lodi winery tonight. It is Klinker brick, and then we're going to rotate over on Sunday afternoon to Mettler Vineyards in Lodi, just a mile away. So we'll be back with you shortly.
We departed on Saturday the 13th around noon, heading north on I-5, then across Stockton, with the balance of the short trip being on Highway 99. Klinker Brick Winery was just a couple of miles east of Highway 99 near central Lodi. We wanted to try out our annual membership in the highly praised Harvest Host program, where you pay a small annual membership to get free night stays at participating wineries, breweries, farms, and museums across the U.S. Lodi had several venues in the program to choose from, so we picked two that also offered free Wi-Fi for our RV. Klinker Brick Winery gets its name from bricks that are slightly deformed compared to other bricks due to excessive heat in the manufacturing process. In the early 20th century, builders in the Central Valley saw a lower cost way to construct buildings by obtaining these discarded bricks from the booming construction area of San Francisco. The winery originally produced grapes for the mega wineries, but advances in irrigation and wine management propelled the family to create their own label.
Ready to head on over to some wine tasting. It is 3 o'clock and we are headed just right over here. Got here about 2 hours ago, set up, and then we portaled with Brandon, Becca, and Truett. And now we get about an hour and how long?
I think it was an hour and 15-minute reservation.
Okay.
About an hour into our tasting, two workers on the premises recognized Stu as the sports photographer at Tracy High. We ended up getting VIP treatment, making an already great day even better. After taking an afternoon walk, we launched into the production of dinner.
We are making a chicken, veggie, and rice dish in the Instapot. Starts with olive oil. And you're going to saute the carrots and the onions. And then you add the rice and a bunch of spices and the chicken, and then it ends up cooking all together. Brown rice, garlic brown rice, and then we're going to add Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt and pepper. I like a little extra seasoning. There we go. Now I'm going to add chicken broth. Add it, stir until well combined.
This is the first time that we're boondocking, and that means we don't have the luxury of having the electrical plug-in, or what they call shore power. So when we're running something like the crock pot over there, we've got to have more than just battery power And I think this panel here will show you that we're drawing a lot of amps on just that Instapot, and therefore we've got to have the generator turned on, which is bringing power into the system here just to make things work tonight.
I'm putting the lid on, setting this to ceiling. Cook on high for 20 minutes. So now it has to bring it to pressure, up to pressure. When it gets to that point, which usually takes 10 to 15 minutes, then it will cook for 20 minutes. So the 20 minutes starts after it's come to pressure, and we'll start to see it counting down. Tonight we are having a Cab Franc from the Michael David Winery here in Lodi. We did not go there today, but this is from a previous time.
The one we did buy today was awesome.
Yes.
I think we have that over here.
The one we did buy today is an old vine Zinfandel called Old Ghost from the winery that we're at, which is Klinker Brick.
Another thing we want to do while we're boondocking for the first time is keep an eye on our water consumption. I think I put about 77% in this morning, and we'll be out 2 days. I don't think this is going to be a problem at all. So we'll use 75% as the baseline, see how much we use with a couple of showers and toilets and sinks. And then of course these are empty right now, and we'll begin to fill those up over the next couple of days. So this will be a good first test of how we do without sewer, water, and electricity coming from the shore.
Okay, so it has been doing a natural release for 12 minutes, which just means that it's off and it's cooling down, I guess. But now we have to do a quick release for the rest of the time. That's the rest of the steam coming out. Very tender. This is going to go back into the pot. Frozen peas. Stir it together and it's supposed to be done. I don't know how those peas cook, but maybe they just cook by the heat. The finished product.
After a nice breakfast, we did a quick cleanup of our rig to ready it for the short 2-mile drive south to our next location. Without sewer, water, and electrical hookups, it did not take Stu long to make the rig ready for the highway. Mettler Family Vineyards sits on several beautiful acres and had a beautiful entrance and easy path for our big rig to park. Upon check-in, we walked around the property and toured the gift shop and tasting grounds. 3 p.m., we were seated for our wine and charcuterie board. After our tasting, we walked around the grounds some more and discovered there were 7 acres for special events and weddings. They had a house for the bridal party, a small pond, and beautifully landscaped gardens. Overall, this looked like a nice area to hold a party. Overnight, we had the place to ourselves as we were the only RV on site. We were notified that they would be locking us in the property and the gates would reopen after 7 a.m.
So normally, Stu's favorite Valentine, or really any meal, would involve meat and potatoes. And
Yes,
a
that's
filet would be on order for Valentine's Day. However, we don't have a way of grilling, so tonight I am making something that I can do here in the stove that he does enjoy a lot, which is called Italian sausages in a pepper basil sauce. And you might be able to tell this is a well-loved recipe from all the stains. I've had it for almost 30 years. And I can remember getting it.
Digitized.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can remember copying it out of my friend Sharon's cookbook up at her house when her daughter was maybe 4 months old. So, and she's just a little older than Brandon. So anyway, I'm cutting up the peppers, and then I'll chop up the onions and garlic, and then I'll chop up the tomatoes. And then we will cook up the Italian sausages, and then you kind of cook up the veggies and you put it all together, let it steam for a bit, and then it goes over the pasta for a complete meal. So we're putting the spaghetti noodles in. I don't have an actual proper tool here for this, but this will work. Getting the spaghetti noodles going, and on this pan I have half hot Italian and half mild sweet Italian sausage cooking. Okay, so now I have put the onions, the tomatoes, the peppers, the sausage, the garlic now is all together. I'm going to add basil and what else? Fresh ground pepper. And then I will put a lid on it and let it cook a little to get the veggies and everything kind of mixed together, and put it over the pasta. Okay. Okay, our Valentine's Day white chocolate strawberry cheesecake that we ate starting the day before Valentine's Day. Well, we're wrapping up our Valentine's Day weekend trip, our Harvest Host trip to the Lodi region, where we visited 2 wineries and were able to stay on their property one Saturday night and one Sunday night. And it was a great trip.
Exceeded our expectations. What we thought was spur of the moment, kind of simple plans, ended up just being fantastic out here. So now we're packing up, gonna go back home for a week, tend to some business at home, and then we've got a trip out to see Christine soon in Petaluma. We're gonna try out a campground near her. And then we got big plans for our first really big trip in March, and we'll tell you more about that in the next video.
Thank you for watching this episode of Journey with the Josies.
See you again soon.
Bye.